Most people think that support is being nice, but real support is accountability. There's nothing wrong with shame when it attacks behaviors that are misaligned with who you say that you want to be, who you actually committed to being. Shame, when it's just applied to your core identity or who you are or physical features that aren't in relation, that aren't changeable, or anything that's not changeable for that matter, is toxic and unhelpful. But I think a little bit of shame, I wouldn't say shame is the right word. I would say call out is the right word. Calling out someone's actions in an inner circle in a masculine friend group. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that we've lost that as a society today. I think we have too much emphasis on building each other up and not enough emphasis on on tearing the bad parts of each other down. You need both for a successful anything. To have anything successful, you need to build up and you need to prune. Because as you build up, you will get weeds. And you need to prune those weeds away, or else those weeds are going to overtake and destroy your success. A large part of success isn't just what we do, it's what we don't do. We need to be able to realize that there are things that we do that aren't helpful for us. We need to be called out on our bullshit when we take action that isn't aligned with who we want to be. Otherwise, we live inside an echo chamber in a way where we don't ever receive any negative feedback. If you're doing something that's hurting you and in your inner circle, nobody else is doing that, and your inner circle is full of people that are ahead of you in some way. But if somebody says, I'm going to lose all this weight, and in that circle, you see them eating ice cream every day. And then the third time you're like, you're eating ice cream again. I think that's a positive masculine frame in a inner circle of men where you can have that because it is a positive uplifting thing, because it's almost like a consequence. It's an extra consequence because we as humans are social creatures, and having that kind of social consequence will help us with our goals. I don't think it's always the right choice, but I don't think it's unhealthy. I think that that's a lost part of a lot of masculine inner circles. And you don't need to be an asshole about it too. It could even be as gentle as, hey man, I thought you said you were going to start losing weight. Why are you eating ice cream again? Or something like that. I don't believe it's in most masculine inner circles. And I think that's should be a bit more prevalent today. So yeah, I do think that a little bit of shame, being called out for your actions, not for something deeper, not for shaming you. You don't want to shame someone for something that they legitimately can't change. Putting down someone that is a burn victim who has burns all over their face is just wrong. But we see people do that kind of thing all the time. Not necessarily to that extent, but for things that people can't genuinely change. Or for things that people basically can't change. Or for where people are right now. It might take a while to implement something. We don't want to shame people for that, for where they are in their journey. But we do want to shame when they say they're going to do something, and then they fuck off and they don't do what they say they're going to do. And you don't want to attack someone if they're not receptive to this. You got to know your audience. You're going to know read the room. I think that the room is set up into society today, 99 times out of 100, if not more, to not be accommodating for that. We don't have this call out culture anymore. It's not a thing in most friend groups, in most anything. I think it's we're just so used to building each other up. If you enjoyed this video, you can watch the full version right here.